This week on Granite State Challenge, the Academy for Science and Design takes on Plymouth Regional High School. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Granite State Challenge. This is our 40th season, so we've got some fun 40th anniversary stuff planned for you in this game. And we're in the second game of a brand new season of 16 teams ready to do battle. We'll introduce them to you in just a second, but first off, just want to mention that we are keeping in place a lot of the same protection protocols that we had last season, as well as our 3 strikes and you're out round in round 3. And I'll talk more about that when we get there. But without further ado, let's introduce the teams to you. First up, we have the team from the Academy for Science and Design. They are led by junior captain Shakar. He's joined by Seti, a junior, junior Arvin, and junior Srinath. Their alternate is Ryan, a junior, and the team is coached by Sean Kraus. And waiting to take them on is the team from Plymouth Regional High School. They are led by senior captain Catherine. She is joined by sophomore Khalil, 11th grader Natalie, 11th grader Trevor, and their alternate is junior Jason. The team is coached by Jay Fogarty and Troy Harris. And one more introduction, and that is, of course, our judge, Ann Belanger. All right, teams, introductions are over. Let's play Granite State Challenge. Grab those signaling devices. As you know, we play the game in 4 rounds, and in round 1, we do 10-point toss-up questions. So, Academy for Science and Design, Plymouth, good luck. Here we go. This Disney character has 3 nephews, known as Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Srinath of Academy for Science and Design.
Sorry, Donald Duck.
Donald Duck is correct. The song High Hopes has appeared in episodes of The Simpsons, Laverne and Shirley, and the children's series Captain Kangaroo. It was also used as a theme song with changed lyrics in the campaign for this 1960 presidential candidate. Khalil of Plymouth.
John F. Kennedy.
He's the one. Teams, what United States state has the largest moose population? Khalil of Plymouth.
New Hampshire.
Sorry, no. Shakar of ASD.
Minnesota.
Sorry, it is Alaska. This 438,000-acre swamp found in southern Georgia and northern Florida is the largest blackwater swamp in North America and was the home of the characters in the Walt Kelly comic strip Pogo. Srinath of ASD.
The Everglades.
Sorry, no. Khalil of Plymouth.
The Bayou.
Sorry, it is the Okefenokee Swamp. This 1940 Disney film, which featured a cricket, a puppet, and a blue fairy, is based on an 1883 children's book by Italian author Carlo Collodi. Catherine of Plymouth.
Pinocchio.
Yes. According to the saga of Eric the Red, written in the 13th century, Eric the Red, after having been exiled from Iceland, travels to what is now this country where he establishes the first permanent settlement. Shakar of ASD.
Norway.
Sorry, no. Khalil of Plymouth.
Greenland.
That is right. The top honor given to Major League pitchers is named for this man who pitched for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Boston Red Sox. Trevor of Plymouth.
Cy Young.
Yes. In 1992, this engineer and physician became the first black woman to travel into space. Catherine of Plymouth.
Mae Jemison.
That is right. This actor is known for playing Private Detective Sam Spade in The Maltese Falcon and Rick Blaine, the expatriate owner of Rick's Cafe Americain in the movie Casablanca? We were looking for Humphrey Bogart there. Teams, works by this poet include A Hymn to the Evening, On Being Brought from Africa to America, and To S.M., a young African painter on seeing his works. Khalil of Plymouth.
Langston Hughes.
Sorry, no. Srinath of ASD.
Maya Angelou.
Sorry, no. It is Phyllis Wheatley. In what game will you find Princess Lolly and Lord Licorice? Catherine of Plymouth.
Candyland.
Yes, you will. At 16,732 feet above sea level, La Rinconada is the highest permanent settlement in the world. In what country is La Rinconada located? Khalil of Plymouth.
Peru.
Correct. This French author created the characters Phileas Fogg and Captain Nemo. Natalie of Plymouth.
Jules Verne.
Yes. Teams, what is the largest extant land animal? Khalil of Plymouth.
The elephant.
That's it. This 1979 film was directed by Carl Reiner and starred Steve Martin as Navin R. Johnson, a naive country boy completely out of his element. Khalil of Plymouth.
Forrest Gump.
Sorry, no. It's a great film, The Jerk. Block Island, named for Dutch explorer Adrian Block, is about 14 miles east of Montauk Point in Long Island, New York, and is part of this New England state. Khalil of Plymouth.
Connecticut.
Sorry, no. Shakar of ASD.
Rhode Island.
That's the one. Teams, 2 future presidents signed the U.S. Constitution. Name them. Khalil of Plymouth.
George Washington and John Adams. Oh,
Sorry, no. ASD, Srinath.
John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
Nope. It's George Washington and James Madison. All right, teams. A squared plus B squared equals C squared is better known by this name. Shakar of ASD.
Pythagorean theorem.
Yes, you got it. As far as we know, this is the most intelligent animal on Earth. Khalil of Plymouth.
the dolphin.
Sorry, no. Seti of ASD.
The human?
Human beings. All right, teams. On the day of his surrender at Yorktown in 1781, this British general claimed to be sick and sent Brigadier General Charles O'Hara to formally surrender his sword to George Washington. Washington returned the favor and had his second in command, Benjamin Lincoln, accept the sword. Catherine of Plymouth.
Cornwallis.
Cornwallis is right. All right, teams, we have reached our picture question, so go ahead and take a look at your monitors. Reissued in 1976, the $2 bill features Thomas Jefferson on the front, and this 1818 painting of the signing of the Declaration of Independence by this artist on the reverse side. Catherine of Plymouth.
John Trumbull.
Yes. This planet is sometimes called the evening star. Khalil of Plymouth.
Venus.
Yes. Yankee Doodle, which was sung before the Revolutionary War by British soldiers to ridicule the colonists, is the state song of this New England state. Shakar of ASD.
Massachusetts.
Sorry, no. Plymouth. Khalil.
Connecticut.
Connecticut is right. This Asian city, with a population of over 37 million people, is the most populous in the world. Khalil of Plymouth.
Tokyo.
Yes. Ian Fleming introduced this suave character in his 1953 novel Casino Royale. Khalil of Plymouth.
James Bond.
He's the one. This Florida city on the James River was named for the first territorial governor of Florida and the 7th president of the United States. Catherine of Plymouth.
Jacksonville.
Yes. Teams, what is the longest bone in the human body? Catherine of
Femur.
Plymouth.
The femur.
Femur is right. Senator Maggie Hassan and actors Emma Watson and Daveed Diggs are all graduates of this Ivy League school that was founded in 1764 as the college in the English colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Catherine of Plymouth.
Princeton.
Sorry, no. ASD.
Brown.
Shakar.
Brown.
Brown is correct. We'll give you that. And at the end of round one, Plymouth out to a strong lead by a score of 170 to 50. All right, nice jobs, teams. We're going to roll right on into round two. In round two, we're going to continue with our toss-up questions. We're going to double the point value, so 20-point toss-up questions. Academy for Science and Design, Plymouth, good luck, here we go. The first email was sent over the ARPANET network in 1971. What does the E in email stand for? Shakar of ASD.
Ethernet.
Sorry, no. Khalil of Plymouth.
Electric.
Close, but no. It is electronic. Electronic mail.
Dang.
All right, teams. This Australian actor who won the 2004 Tony Award for Best Actor in a Musical for his role in The Boy from Oz, about singer and songwriter Peter Allen, also played Wolverine in the X-Men movies. Srinath of ASD.
Hugh Jackman.
Yes. Teams, what Italian poet wrote the 14th century poem The Divine Comedy that explored hell, purgatory, and paradise? Khalil of Plymouth.
Dante.
Yes. All right, teams, our next question is our Unitil power question. So go ahead and take a look at your monitors. The question coming at you there.
Groot dances to the song Mr. Blue Sky by the Electric Light Orchestra in the opening credits of what movie?
Srinath of ASD.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That is correct, and that, as our power question, was worth double points. So that was a 40-point question. Srinath, good job. All right, teams, stories about legendary folklore hero Paul Bunyan were first told in lumber camps in the mid-1800s. Who was Paul Bunyan's traveling companion? Catherine of Plymouth.
Babe.
That is it. Teams, there are 4 valves in the human heart. 3 are the mitral valve, tricuspid valve, and pulmonary valve. What is the 4th valve? Khalil of Plymouth.
The aorta? No.
Sorry, no. Seti?
Aortal valve? I don't know.
It is the aortic valve. We can't accept that. You were both very close. All right, moving on. This country has 3 capitals: Cape Town, its legislative capital; Pretoria, its executive capital; and Bloemfontein, its judicial capital. Shakar of ASD.
South Africa.
Yes. This NFL stadium bears the surname of the man who invented a disposable safety razor. Arvin of ASD.
Gillette Stadium?
Yes. The sun is 93 million miles from the Earth. This red dwarf star, which is 25 trillion miles from the Earth, is the next closest star, but it can't be seen by the naked eye. Catherine of Plymouth.
Proxima Centauri.
That's the one. This actor won his first Oscar for Best Actor for his portrayal of Terry Malloy in the 1954 movie On the Waterfront. He won his second Best Actor Oscar for his portrayal of mob boss Vito Corleone in the 1972 movie The Godfather. Trevor of Plymouth.
Al Pacino.
Sorry, no. Academy for Science and Design? We were looking for Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando. All right, teams, our next question is our 40th question of the match, which makes it our 40th anniversary question. And this question is worth 40 points. It's taken from season 31. This New Hampshire city was first incorporated as the town of Rumford in 1734. In 1765, following a bitter boundary dispute with Bow, Governor Benning Wentworth renamed it this, which means harmony between people or a treaty. Natalie of Plymouth.
Concord.
That is it. The only tropical rainforest that is part of the United States is El Yunque National Forest, which is found in this United States territory. Seti of ASD.
Washington.
Sorry, no. Khalil of Plymouth.
Guam.
Sorry, it is Puerto Rico, a tropical rainforest. This sitcom aired from 1951 to 1957 and featured Lucy, Ricky, Ethel, and Fred. Natalie of Plymouth.
I Love Lucy.
Yes. After or maybe during a ride on a roller coaster, you might feel nauseous. Spell nauseous. Khalil of Plymouth.
N-A-U-S-E-O-U-S.
Correct. You've got them all. All right, teams. Well, we're going to save that question for round 4. And after 2 rounds, Plymouth hanging on to its lead by a score of 310 to 150. All right, teams, we are going to roll into our 3rd round, which is our 3 strikes and you're out round. And in this round, each team gets 10 questions in a category. They get 10 points for each correct response with a bonus of 10 points for all of them correct. And we're going to go right down the line, player by player, until there are 3 correct answers or 3 strikes and you are out. You also, each team has 3 passes that you can use to pass to the next player. And once your 3 passes are up, they're out. Okay? All clear? All right. Academy for Science and Design, we're going to start with you as the team trailing, and Shakar as the team captain. You get to choose from these categories. Get some Z's, Go Tell It on the Mountain, and hip hop.
Hip hop.
Hip hop it will be. The answers to the following will all include the word hip or hop. Okay? Shakar. This large semi-aquatic mammal is found in Africa and might be very, very hungry.
Hippo.
Correct. SETI. This game involves a chalk-drawn series of squares, a stone, and one-footed jumping.
Hopscotch.
Correct. Arvin. This is an oath taken by physicians.
Pass.
Srinath.
Hippocratic oath.
Hippocratic oath is correct. Shakar. This is both a mythological creature and a structure in the brain.
Hippocampus.
Correct. SETI. This is an ancient Greek stadium for horse and chariot racing.
Hippodrome.
Correct. Arvin. In a poem by Emily Dickinson, this is the thing with feathers. It is also the motto of Rhode Island.
Pass.
Pass. Srinath? You can answer or pass or say, I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, the correct response was hope. Shakar. Jay-Z, Drake, and Nicki Minaj are all artists who perform this genre of music.
Hip hop.
Correct. SETI. Members of the counterculture in the 1960s were sometimes called this.
There's no more passes, so
Use one more pass.
pass.
Pass. Arvin?
Hipsters?
Sorry, it is hippies. Srinath. This American painter is perhaps best known for his painting Nighthawks.
Edward Hopper.
Correct. Shakar. This mythological creature has the head of an eagle and the body of a horse.
Don't know.
All right, that is your 3rd strike. It is a hippogriff, and that adds up to 7 out of 10 on your 3 strikes round. All right, good job, ASD. We're going to move on to Plymouth, and Catherine is the team captain. You can choose from Get Some Z's or Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Get some Z's.
Let's get some Z's. The answer to the following will all be words with double Z's. Okay? Catherine, these come in jigsaw and crossword varieties.
Puzzle.
Correct. Khalil, heavy snow and winds can be called this.
Blizzard.
Correct. Natalie, this pie comes with sauce, cheese, and tasty toppings.
Pizza.
Correct. Trevor, this is what you might put on a biting dog.
Muzzle.
Correct. Catherine, in Europe and Africa, vultures are known as this.
Buzzards.
Yes. Khalil, this type of cheese, this is a type of cheese.
Mozzarella.
Correct. Natalie, this floor in a building is usually found between the ground floor and the 1st floor.
Do not now.
Okay, it is mezzanine. Trevor, this genre is a genre of music or a Utah NBA team.
Jazz.
Correct. Catherine, you might call light rain this.
Pass.
Drizzle.
Correct. Natalie, you might find one of these at the end of a pipe or a hose.
Nozzle.
Correct. And with only one strike, is that 9 out of 10? Well done, Plymouth. All right, so at the end of round 3, Plymouth extended its lead by just a bit, but as we roll into round 4, I want to remind you we're going to keep playing 20-point toss-up questions, but we will be deducting 20 points for incorrect responses, so play smart and strategic. Academy for Science and Design, Plymouth, good luck. Here we go. This president's wife was known as Lemonade Lucy because she refused to serve alcohol in the White House during his term, which ran from 1877 to 1881. We were looking for Rutherford B. Hayes. Before they had hits with the disco songs Staying Alive and You Should Be Dancing, this band of brothers had a hit with the 1967 song Massachusetts. Khalil of Plymouth.
The Bee Gees.
Yes. Teams in what sport is the championship team awarded the Vince Lombardi Trophy? Catherine of Plymouth.
Football.
That's it. What do you have the highest probability of rolling if you roll 2 six-sided dice? Khalil of Plymouth.
6.
Sorry, no. It is 7. Close. The eastern half of this town, first named Lloyd's Hills, is found in the White Mountains National Forest. The town changed its name to this on December 27, 1799. It's the town of Bethlehem, New Hampshire. In the movie The Sound of Music, actor Christopher Plummer, playing Captain Von Trapp, sings a song about this mountain flower. Natalie of Plymouth.
Edelweiss.
That is it. Robin Hood and his merry men made their home in this forest in the Nottinghamshire, England. SETI of ASD.
The Sherwood Forest.
That's it. The smallest bird in the world, the bee hummingbird, is just a bit over 2 inches in length. In what Caribbean country will you find the bee hummingbird? Didn't want to take a guess at Cuba was the correct answer there. The world's first nuclear explosion happened in this state on July 16, 1945, on the Alamogordo bombing range. Shakar of ASD.
Hawaii.
Sorry, no. I was in New Mexico. This Maine author is a huge fan of the Boston Red Sox and wrote Faithful, a nonfiction book about their 2004 season with novelist Stuart Onan. We're looking for Stephen King there. In Greek mythology, this Greek architect's son, Icarus, flew too close to the sun. Khalil of Plymouth.
Daedalus.
Correct. The symbol of the youth organization 4-H is a green clover with a white H in each clover leaf. What do each of those 4 H's stand for? As a former 4-H kid, I know it is head, heart, hands, and health. Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble live with their wives, Wilma and Betty, in this prehistoric town. Trevor of Plymouth.
Bedrock.
That's it. Teams, what 3 countries border North Korea? Khalil of Plymouth.
South Korea, China, and Russia.
Those are it. This species of parrot, native to North America, had a reddish-orange face, a yellow head and neck, and a green body. The last captive bird died in the Cincinnati Zoo on February 21st, 1918. Srinath of ASD.
Passenger pigeon.
Sorry, no. It was the Carolina parakeet. Before he became president, this man known as Old Hickory was a general and served in both houses of Congress. Catherine of Plymouth.
Zachary Taylor.
Sorry, no. Srinath of ASD.
Theodore Roosevelt.
It was Andrew Jackson was Old Hickory. This Russian novelist was arrested and sentenced. Well, we'll never find out what happened to Dostoevsky because that is the end of the game, and it is Plymouth moving on by a score of 480 to 180 over ASD. All right, congratulations, Plymouth, on a well-earned victory. We will see you in a few weeks for round 2 in Academy for Science and Designs. Thank you so much for playing. I hope you guys had fun. And we hope you had fun as well at home. We hope you join us next week when the team from Bow High School takes on the team from Nashua High School South. That'll do it for us this week on Granite State Challenge. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a lot too, because I did as well. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you.